Hey, Keith here for Am I Rich, and today we're talking 3 stocks they watch for the month of June 2020 edition. That's right, the best financial YouTubers anybody can find, or at least I could find, based on their 3 stock picks, 3 stocks they watch picks for the month of June last year, and how they've done up to this point. We're going to find out. So all of these people have done very, very well at different parts of the year, including our last month champion, JKR from JKR Investing. So on the list we have, of course, JKR, followed by Jeremy from Financial Education. Those two people are basically the Bob and Doug veterans of the financial 3 stocks videos. And then we have a newcomer, Alex Blake, and 2 more contenders which were on the list last month, Investing Hustler as well as Departures Capital. So all of these people did really great. We're going to find out exactly how they did over the year. Now, if you stick around to the end, I also will talk about a potential pick I think is interesting. I've done this for the last couple of videos, and we'll see. If you are interested, feel free to stick around to the end and discuss those in the comments too. All right, let's move along. All right, so after 1 week, only 1 week, at the number 1 position was Jeremy from Financial Education with 14.2% return, which is amazing for 1 week. Not too bad. Also on here, if you have a little dashed line that you've noticed, that is the S&P 500 cutoff. Anybody above that did better, anybody below did worse. But what made Jeremy get up to that point? Well, his picks were NVDA, WYNN Resorts, and Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. So 14.2% in 1 week, that is pretty good for some people in 1 year. So very, very amazing. So let's move on and see if they did even better the next time period. All right, so here we are after 1 month, and what do we have? Well, number 1 is Investing Hustler. Investing Hustler got 29.2%, and arguably this is, 1 month results. So if people picked in June 2019 saying this is the picks for the month, Investing Hustler really nailed it. His picks were Aichi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but ticker symbol IQ, it's a Chinese company. WTER, which is a alkaline water company, and Tesla. Yes, Tesla. Now you heard that in Jeremy's picks, and there might be a theme with Tesla in this month's videos. So yes, 29.2%, not too bad. And Investing Hustler, if you haven't seen his channel, check it out. I put all the links in the descriptions below, links to their channels. He is, smooth like the SpaceX spacesuits that are out there, so feel free to check it out. All right, moving along. So after 1 quarter, the top dog was Tony Stark, Office Man, DC, Departures Capital. Anyways, Departures Capital, he got 18.4%, not too shabby. His picks were Alibaba, Fortuna Silver Mines, and First Quantum Minerals. Not too bad. Yes, now let's move along to our next category. And after 6 months, that's right, the results are in. The best picks were from Alex Blake. He is a newcomer, and he has a very nice Simon's looking shirt if you've ever been there. He has 58%. His picks were Apple, State Street Corporation, and that's right, Tesla. Yes, a few people picked Tesla, and it really helped. So 58% doing very, very well, followed by, of course, Jeremy from Financial Education, not going away. All right, now let's move to our 1 year results and our champion. So after 1 year, our champion is Jeremy from Financial Education. That's right, Jeremy, with 172.4% return. That's not too shabby at all. That's really great. 172.4% return. Everybody who picked Tesla did really well, but Jeremy, just like a reusable rocket from SpaceX, he is ahead of the competition. So, yeah, 154% as well for Alex Blake. He picked Tesla. Investing Hustler picked Tesla. He had 111%. There's even honorable mentions. They didn't really top out at any time of the year, so they're not on this list, but people like Millennial Investor, Cyberworld 7, Passive Income Investor, Citizen of the World, all these people did really, really well with their picks. mostly because of Tesla. Now, I didn't talk about last month's champion, and that would be JKR. He only had 1.5% at the end of the year with his picks, and that is below the S&P 500. But of course, his picks, he did suffer from one big issue, and that was out of his 3 picks, which were Alibaba, Visa, and Boeing. Well, Boeing was a really bad pick, a really unfortunate pick, and that is because even though it could be considered a really great company, they had lots of problems with their Boeing MAX 8 jets, and then crashes, and then they also had issues with, you know, the airports and everything closing over the last couple months, and, you know, orders being canceled. A lot of trouble for them, among other things. So, unfortunately, you know, he would have probably been in the 50% range, but he was in the 1.5% range, still positive, which is pretty good considering you have a stock that goes down, you know, 40, 50%, something like that. So if you stuck around this long, you might be interested in the stock pick that I'm thinking about this month. And last couple of months, I've decided to switch to a lot more stable picks. So I didn't, you know, before I'd been picking stocks that had big potential, but also a lot more risk. And the last 2 months I've been sticking to stocks that I think are pretty stable, so that, you know, it might be more enjoyable for people to research, because they might not like that risk, and they, you know, maybe it'll do better. So the last 2 stock picks I did do were Photon Control and AirCap, ticker symbol PHO and AER respectively. And Photon Control is up 85%, and AirCap is up about 21%. So not doing too bad so far, but in sticking with that, you know, more stable company this month. Now I don't know if it's going to be like a gangbuster, like just going to blow the market out of the water, but I do think it's got pretty good potential, and that stock is Alphabet. So ticker symbol, it's the company Alphabet, also known as Google. Everybody calls it Google, and the ticker symbol is GOOG or GOOGL. Now I think this stock, I think it's trading around $1,400 right now. And I think this company has got a lot of potential. They didn't quite get the revenue or the ad revenue they wanted the last quarter, but that's down pretty much because, you know, no stores are open, so not a lot of people are advertising. But as things open up, I think that's going to pick up quite a bit. Now, this company, they probably have the best balance sheet in the stock market, if not, you know, they're very, very high up there. I mean, Facebook might be close, but really, Google, I think they have like $170 billion in cash. Hard to really beat that. And, you know, no significant debt issues or anything. Great company, great profit margins, and yeah, they have so many things going for them. Plus, they're also ubiquitous. They're everywhere. So I think there's a lot of good reasons to invest in them. I mean, for one, their Android platforms everywhere in the world, pretty much if you're not using iPhone, and it is the most prevalent cell phone platform for sure. Also, they, you know, YouTube's growing leaps and bounds. I think YouTube's a bit of a, you know, underdog. People talk about Netflix or Disney Plus being big streaming services coming up, but honestly, I think YouTube has a chance of being just as big or bigger. And one reason for that, I think, is you're getting into the demographics now of people who were born after, like in the 2000s, after people really were watching a lot of TV. Cord cutting was starting to become a thing. So you're getting to a point where less people who have, you know, need to see those superhero movies or Star Wars or something like that. There's less of those people around. There's still those people around, but less of those people around. So they're more likely that they've been growing up watching things directly on YouTube. So like PewDiePie or whatever. So because of that reason, I think you're going to have more people go towards YouTube. And even Google, they're saying that, you know, YouTube views keep going up. So I think that's just kind of a new TV source. There might be a challenge to that, but at the moment, it seems like they're doing pretty well. And what else? Google, I mean, really, besides great financials, great outlooks, they're also dabbling in all sorts of things. I think they have a 5% stock in SpaceX. So if I could invest in SpaceX, I would. They're by far, you know, probably the best prospects for a space company. But But anyways, Google might be the only option to do that. And even analysts, they think Google's revenue is going to go up like, nearly double in the next 3 or 4 years. So that's kind of a 20% plus return for the stock if, nothing major happens. It might even do better than that. So that's why I pick it. I think it's very stable plus a lot of potential growth. So you'd probably still beat the S&P just picking Google. So yeah, let me know if you like that pick, if you have any comments on that, or if you have any other stocks you think are interesting. I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I do appreciate your watching, and thanks for tuning in. Talk to you next time.